With a WWE Hall of Famer potentially retiring and more, this is Wrestling Rambles. My name is John, and you're watching the Wrestling Report. Recalling the WrestleMania 10 match between Bret and Owen Hart, Natalya revealed that this bout was nearly canceled by Vince McMahon, telling Minnesota Sports with Mackie and Judd. I always say to people, if you want to get into this and you want to learn what this is about, watch Bret Hart versus Owen Hart at WrestleMania 10 in Madison Square Garden. In the storyline, Owen was the little bratty brother, and Bret was the big brother trying to, be noble and honorable. It was just an easy story to follow. But it was this beautiful, beautiful match, and you could understand the story because a match is a story and a story is a match. The match was magical. I'm so happy that they got to do that because it was really such a highlight in Owen's professional career where Owen got the chance to shine. I remember Bret really fighting for Owen to have that match. A lot of people don't know that, but Bret behind the scenes fought very hard for Owen to be a part of that storyline. I think something different was suggested and Bret said, "No, I want it to be Owen." Taking to social media, Saraya would defend her decision to dip her pizza in mayonnaise. Here's the clip.
Okay, so I've lived in America for nearly 12 years, and the one thing that really, really grosses out Americans, coming from a British person, and British people might disown me for this too, but I like to dip my pizza in mayonnaise. I don't know why it makes people so mad, but it does. And I actually got my boyfriend to try it, and if he ever says that he doesn't like it, he is lying. He said it was okay. He's not in love with it. He's okay. But I don't know. Everyone, I feel like, should try this. Am I absolutely... Sorry for my bird. My bird's even mad at me. Poorly, I'm a caw. But yeah, let me know if you think that is absolutely the most vile thing to you guys too. I don't know. I think it's delicious.
On Twitter, Asuka would explain how the media in Japan tried to destroy her before joining WWE, as she wrote, "The former editor-in-chief of Pro Wrestling Weekly has made this point on several occasions. That is, Stardom is an organization that was created to defeat me. It is an organization that was created to destroy me personally, but they failed to defeat me. I don't know what happened to them after that because I came to America. I don't flatter anyone. Even in Japan, the media hated me because I don't flatter the media. In Japan, everyone was flirting with the media except me. I fought the media alone to take care of my fans. That's why some of the Japanese media still hate me. That's why I've always been a freelancer. And everyone in Japan knows I am anti-Joshi Pro. Always. The media could not bring me down when I came to America. They must have really wanted me to fail. I am used to it because I have been fighting my critics alone since my days in Japan. But now that I am here, I have comrades in arms. Charlotte, Becky, Triple H, and I've walked alone in the wilderness all my life, and here I have an oasis. To the Asuka antics, I say, beat me up on the internet all you want. I grab everything. When I become champion, one media outlet asked wrestling fans, do you think it is good enough to be champion? Do you think it deserves to be champion? Compare me to other people. Do you think my abilities are inferior? Can you believe that? I was always fighting that media all by myself. Following a recent episode of AEW Collision, CM Punk would take a shot at Hangman Page on the microphone. As PW Insider said this about a future program between the two. In regard to the comments made by CM Punk about Hangman Page, AEW sources noted they absolutely were not designed to build to anything since they weren't made on TV and the segment wasn't planned as something to be filmed for later usage. It was just an off-the-cuff segment meant to thank the audience and hype them up for the Ring of Honor taping. Punk was responding to fans who were giving him static after the show, but then even Punk admitted he got rocked during the match and didn't know where he was going with it. There are no current plans for a Punk Hangman Page program. Page apparently responded as he posted an Instagram story with the song "My Kink is My Karma," noting the location was Greensboro, North Carolina. explaining how CM Punk could be involved in AEW sending home a non-contracted talent. Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful said Ryan Nemeth was brought into town for the Collision tapings. Shortly after arriving, he was told by a coach that he wouldn't be needed, and a flight had been booked for him to return home. Nemeth is a regular on Being the Elite and was confronted by CM Punk shortly after CM Punk's return this year. Specifically, Punk took exception to Nemeth's literally the softest man alive tweet that followed Punk's return promo. We haven't heard how things went outside of Nemeth explaining himself, and that it didn't end in anything physical. Regarding the situation involving Hangman Page and CM Punk, it has been explicitly stated that the promo following Collision was not a scripted or planned segment involving Page. Ringside News also wrote that, according to the latest report from Wrestling Observer, Hangman Page had been scheduled to participate in a pre-taped interview for AEW Dynamite. However, upon his arrival, he was informed that the interview would need to be conducted away from the venue and that he should not attend the show. While there have been similar claims, confirmation is still pending. With it having been a year since his WWE return, Karrion Kross has a very low win percentage. According to Cage Match, Kross has lost nearly 80% of his 24 matches, having won only 5 since his comeback to the company. Providing an update on his son Bray Wyatt, who has been out of action since the build to WrestleMania earlier in the year, Mike Rotunda, better known to WWE fans as IRS, told WrestleBinge, "You read a lot of stuff on the internet, which I wouldn't believe a lot of it, or in my case, any of it. So, Bray Wyatt, I'm sure he will return to WWE hopefully shortly, and we'll go from there." Previously on AEW programming, Billy Gunn seemingly retired from professional wrestling, but it looks like there is more to come for him, as Ringside News wrote. During Wrestling Observer Radio, Dave Meltzer noted that Billy Gunn will be back in AEW. That means his retirement angle is all a part of the show, and he is not really retiring from in-ring competition. Following Hijo del Vikingo's fatal 4-way match at TripleMania for the Mega title, he would collapse backstage and be taken out of the arena on a stretcher. Here's the video. PW Insider added that a few readers have asked me about the condition of Vikingo after video was posted on social media of him apparently passing out after his match at Lucha Libre AAA's TripleMania, Mexico City last night. We've been asked if the passing out and stretcher job was some sort of cell job or work. That is possible, obviously, but no one we've spoken to has stated that it was. Vikingo was legitimately not feeling well going into the match last night. Speaking of TripleMania, Brian Cage would ultimately miss this event due to being hospitalized, as he said this in a video.
Well. I was planning on coming down to Mexico, as I said, return TripleMania in a big way for that Latin American Championship, getting all my shit in on the spotlight match tonight, all that stuff I always say, picking up the scraps between Pentagon, QT Marshall, Doristico, all that jazz. Well, things don't always work out the way we want them to, and I'm currently in the ER right now with inconsiderate patients playing their Instagram videos in the background on full volume, but it's okay. I'm still alive, I'm still kicking, But unfortunately, it doesn't look like I'll be making my my flight or my scheduled matchup for TripleMania this Saturday, which I wish I was joking. I wish I was lying. I wish this was part of the plan, but unfortunately, it's not. So, yeah, I was booked to be there. I was planning on being there. I was planning on becoming the new champion, but obviously, I'm not pulling any strings. This is what it is. This is where I'm at. This is how it's going. So, there's always next year, or hopefully a lot sooner than that. So, either way, at the end of the day, who better? It's still nobody. All right.
As Edge is set to take on Sheamus this week in Toronto for SmackDown, Dave Meltzer noted what could come of this on Wrestling Observer Radio. There's a big thing here. A year ago, Edge had said he was going to retire at the 2023 Summer Show in Toronto, and Ron Hutchinson, who is Edge's trainer and has known Edge for 30 years, he basically said that this is Edge's last match. They certainly did not build it up like that, but that was interesting where he said it's most likely Edge's last match. I think the idea was that Edge thought that maybe SummerSlam was going to be in Toronto and was hoping for that, and then that would be where he would retire, because he wants to retire in Toronto, and this is the year he was talking about retiring for real, the second retirement. This is the last Toronto show for a while. I mean, there will be another one, so I don't know if this is the retirement. They're not billing it as such, but his trainer said that it's probably his last match. And this was your Pro Wrestling News Update. I hope you're all having a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see y'all later.